Hey everyone, this is TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome to your daily reading for May 23rd. I warned you my schedule was going to be crazy coming up the end of this month. It's already happened. So with Easter madness and then things that popped into my schedule today, I'm so sorry you guys didn't get daily readings the past 2 days. It's just been a little bonkers. We should be back to normal now, so sorry for those 2 days. We are back. We're in full action. Today, going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be a pretty easy day for us. A couple aspects. So the moon is in conjunction with Jupiter, which is still retrograde. I think with this aspect, it's really going to, because like anything when your planet or when a planet is in retrograde, it pretty much takes that meaning and reflects it and takes it inward. So I think with this moon conjunction, I think feelings are going to be really focused on change and how we can grow and expand. So normally Jupiter is about extending us out. How do we reach out? With the retrograde, it's being reflected. So how can we get deeper? So to me, I think there's going to be a lot on the mind about how you evolve and grow and shift. And then we have some other aspects that are actually going to be really great for supporting that. We have the moon in a trine to Uranus, which a lot of times can kick up more ambition, can kick up more self-reliance. You may have some shift in moods that helps you to break some patterns. It can kick up independence as well, so you may want to just kind of step back from people and do your own thing, which again, I think makes sense with this conjunction with Jupiter. So if you want to have some me time today, I think that's actually really beneficial to you. You also have the moon in a trine to the sun. This is a great kind of like let it be type of energy. Thoughts and feelings just feel aligned. Everything feels good, which I think creates a really safe, positive space for you to do this kind of like self-change thought process moment. So it's all kind of like woven together today in a beautiful way. Our rune today, we got Wunjo, the rune of personal joy. We did get it reverse side up. We got the blank side today. So not necessarily horrible, but slightly different. So when you get Wunjo reversed, a lot of times it can speak to people pleasing, following someone else's wishes rather than your own. It can also talk about afraid of stepping out to do things alone. And I bring that up because of, the aspect with Uranus that can bring up independence, this internal journey we're going on with this conjunction with Jupiter. So if you have been people pleasing or if you've been running on other people's agenda, this rune really is helping to encourage and reconfirm that, hey, if you feel like you need to take a step back, take a step back. Like, it is okay to do you for a little bit. That is totally fine. There's also this idea of like this fear of being alone stopping you from going after what you really want. You may just be following someone else's plans and wishes because you just want to be with other people. You don't want to be on this journey by yourself, which, we all can relate to. But the thing is, if your desires and your dreams are down a different road, you're going to have to go down a different road. And that doesn't mean you don't pick up, new people, along the way, or that they, maybe your paths are parallel to each other. So, they're still there. You can see them from a distance, but you need to be a little more hands-on in this area to really fulfill you and make you feel, like you're doing something worthwhile and really seeing some growth that you're passionate about. So, people pleasing, you need to take a break from it, step away from that. And it could be work, that could be family, that could be friends, anything. But if you feel like you've been running on someone else's agenda, I think today is a great day to bring the focus back to your desires and your passions. All right? All right, so we are using the Keepers of the Light deck. So Spirit, let us know what energies should we need to focus on? Or where do we have some extra support coming from the divine? Okay, got one. Nice. Oh, got another one. She ran away. Hold on. Got it. Beautiful. We are going to stop right here. And you know, I'm just going to make a comment on this one. Bottom of the deck. So the Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Check that out. So for some reason it's on the bottom of the deck, but for some reason it's really standing out to me. So the prompt reads, divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Weren't we just talking about all of that? Actually, here, we're gonna take you with us. We're gonna pull all three of you guys. So Divine Director, things are being orchestrated in your favor. So even if it feels like a shakeup, don't worry, it was meant to happen, all right? So love that. First card out was Radha, the Soul Flame. Beautiful image, check that out. Right, and the prompt reads, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Were we not just talking about that too? Experience relationship harmony and healing. Love this. So definitely relationships can be, any relationships, could be family, could be business, could be romantic. For here, this is definitely giving me strong romantic vibes though. This feels like an emotional relationship that is really kind of, I was gonna say growing, but it's like a deepening. Like there's definitely, because we talked about a reconnection and what is it, rediscovery? Yeah, rediscovery. You know, not losing yourself in this connection, but I do feel this is going to be on a much more like emotional level than anything else. And then we also have the Miriam Sacred Vision, little twinsy action going on. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. I love that. That actually makes sense if we're talking about relationship harmony. There may be some type of forgiveness going on. There may be some type of healing that needs to happen. Maybe something recently went on. I feel like majority of it, I think this is forgiveness and healing from an old relationship that has created a pattern. You know, and maybe you're in a new current relationship and we're trying to break this pattern before, you know, it suffers the same fate, kind of thing. And then maybe because this particular relationship is very key, it's significant. So we're really focused on making this happen. It's so important that even the divine is stepping in, all right? So beautiful energy to tap into. To me, this is also coming through for those of you who, you know, feel like they were going the like people serving route. I almost want to say to like not hold any resentment to anyone who was doing that, because they're not doing it on purpose. They're not trying to get you on their bandwagon to make sure you're not on yours. Let's hope not anyway, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So, you know, don't like blame them for anything. Like they have their path, you have yours. If they have to separate for a little bit, that's all it means. But I almost feel like this is about like not holding any grudges and seeing the opportunity and the blessing in the moment. You know, because there's good and bad in all situations. So to me, this card is really talking about celebrating the good and then forgiving and releasing, you know, the not so good. No matter where that applies for you today. All right. Okay, and then I'm using the Good Tarot deck today, which you know me, I don't always use it as a tarot deck. I actually really prefer it as an oracle. But you know, today he was looking at me and was like, no, I am your tarot deck today. All right, Spirit, what is the most important thing for us to know today? What guidance do we need to really tap into these energies and make today a success? Look at that, bottom of the deck, Sun card. I don't know why I wanted to look at that, but I'm so glad I did. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys up a little bit, just so we have some room. Sorry. I have started filming the May videos. That's why you saw me going in the in the backwards direction, because I do that in the May readings. So I'm shifting gears a little bit. So those will be uploading today along with this video, so you probably see them. If they're not up yet, you'll see them shortly. But did the first half, working on the next half today, so you should see those very soon. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed. All right, so starting off with the 9 of Air. So anxiety, worry, we kind of talked a little bit about that, about, the needing to, there may be some concern about where am I going, what am I doing the right thing? I've been in this situation with this other person or this other group for a long time, is this the right place for me? So I don't necessarily see that as stressful as the 9 of Swords can be, but definitely kind of in your head mulling over some type of worry about things. Moon card, so secrets, illusions. To me, this is really about this like kind of half understanding, like what the Miriam was talking about. Kind of coming to a point of understanding, really how you're feeling and how purposeful is the current situation. And I say that in a sense where, not secrets as in there's, someone's keeping something from you, but secrets in a way where like you're now coming to a point where you're kind of understanding things a little deeper. It's almost like, even in this card, it's kind of like the goddess is like sprinkling down some little bits of wisdom that you didn't have before, you didn't think about before. You can kind of see her throwing things down. So it's kind of like an unveiling, so to speak. You're getting a little deeper understanding. 9 of Fire. So this will be the 9 of Wands. Kind of a stubborn energy. And it's funny, you have the moon sending down stars, and then here in the very next card here you are holding stars. Look at that. Interesting how that works out. This is a stubborn energy though, and I feel like for some of you, you kind of already know what we were talking about. Like, that there's a need to shift, or you have a desire that's going to take you in a different direction than where you already are, where you're already headed. And it may be a solo adventure, and I think that has some of you kind of feel in a certain way and kind of stuck and not, almost kind of resisting. And not resisting where that's not what I want to do, but it's resisting kind of like out of fear. Like you're letting the fear stop you, so to speak, which we don't want you to do. There are dragonflies in here, which are, a great animal or spirit totem for magic. I think there's going to be a great transformation here if you can kind of push through and kind of let this go and kind of surrender to it. Here we have the Page of Water. So this would be like the Page of Cups, Princess of Cups. Very intuitive energy. So I think this is really about the going within and kind of, we talked about this with the conjunction with Jupiter. We talked about this with the trine to Uranus. This is, kind of checking in with yourself and processing, like, how am I feeling about this? Is this really what I want? Does this really feed my soul and nourish me? If it doesn't, you need to kind of let go of this and really push through and not be so stubborn. Lean on this intuitive guidance. Here you have divine giving it to you. This is you receiving it, or at least being in a place of receiving it. 3 of Earth. This could be learning from a mentor. If you are feeling a certain way, reaching out to someone who you trust, someone who you consider a really trusted mentor. They can give you some really powerful understanding and some powerful wisdom from their experience. Be a great place to go for that, but I definitely feel that like mentor energy coming through with that 3 of Earth. And then you go from the Page of Water to the Messenger of Water. So this would be the Knight of Cups. So to me, this is really, there's almost like this little bit of action coming through. The messengers or the knights or the princes, depending what you like to call them, they all have a little bit of that air element, being a knight. So there is this action. You think of the princes, they go out and quest and seek something. This is you seeking that cup, whatever it is that feeds your soul and nourishes you. Which I love to see that this card is here, because that tells me you can push through this 9 of Fire, especially falling underneath. Yes, you may be feeling stubborn, there may be some resistance, but ultimately it's all because we need to start chasing something different. We need to start chasing our cup. All right. So even if you look what fell under each, you have the Nine of Air, which is kind of worry, mentally processing, going through things. It's not about the mind, it's about the feeling. Here, the response to that is the Page of Water. So how are we feeling about the situation? What emotionally are we being told through this story? You know, finding guidance from a mentor, you know, gaining more understanding from a teacher. And then again, we talked about this, you know, this stubborn or resistance to move into something new or to give up something that, you know, we're holding on to, but we need to be chasing something that's more fulfilling. So interesting how that lined up. But yeah, today there's going to be a very big focus on you and your soul and what feels right and what feels fulfilling. And that needs to be heavily considered right now. Because if you're in a place where that's not being fed, a shift needs to happen. And we've been talking about shifts a lot in some of the readings so far. So I know that's going to be a thing moving forward. But again, it's not a bad thing. You know, not all shifts are bad. You know, there's good shifts and bad shifts. This, I think, is going to be a good shift. You know, because there's a lot of positivity coming from it. But there's just some fear. That's where the resistance is coming from. So this is about getting past the fear. All right, my loves. I'm going to wrap up this reading here. Again, thank you for being patient. Thank you for hanging on. I'm so thankful that I've had some time to get this out to you. I'm probably going to be wrapping it up and calling it a night in just a moment. Oh my God, I wish I could show you Leo. He's like sleeping on the dining room table right now, or the coffee table. And he's got like his like tail wrapped around his feet. He looks so precious. Yeah, that's going to be me very soon. But yes, so wrapping up here, but really check in with yourself today. Do a little self-assessment if you haven't in a while. That's kind of what today is being called for. All right, my lovelies, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. I'll be sending you sweet, sweet dreams. But take care. Have a good one. As always, I love connecting with you guys. Hit me up in the comment section. You can DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. If you want to book a private reading with me, all that info will be in the description box. Love you guys. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.